That's Money Brown, man. Ernest Jr. Boy, Money Brown, he get a lot of money, so I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out the fight world? It's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the two big dogs at the super welterweight division. We got Jermell, the Iron Man Charlo, who's the unified champion who holds 3 titles, the WBC, the IBF, and the WBA Super. And then we got Brian Castano, the hard, tough Argentina, who holds the WBO that fought his ass off and they fight in the Undisputed fight. But now, we needs the rematch. We needs the rematch. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we all know that Jermell has a mandatory coming up, right? It's in the IBF. And we know when you with the IBF don't play no games, man. The IBF don't play no games. They want their mandatories. They stand on their mandatories. They put the mandatory to the side once. I don't know if they're going to do it again, right? But what I know is that mandatory ain't nowhere near the fighter of Brian Castano. You understand what I'm saying? Nowhere near it. This fight was one hell of a fight. It was a draw. A lot of people thought Brian Castano won. A lot of people thought Jermell Charlo won. We need this fucking rematch. We need it. We need it. It should have been ordered right after the fight was done. This fight is one of the most anticipated fights. It was a hell of a fight. We got some of everything in this fight, and we need the rematch, bro. We need it. You know what I'm saying? Jermell Charlo, I'm quite sure he'll be up for it. He never ducked no smoke. Everybody look at him. They think he the best twin right now because of what he been doing. He been out there fighting nothing but the best. He been out there, just proving himself. Brian Castano showed that he was a dog when he stepped inside that square circle. We all know he defeated Earl the True Spence Jr. in the amateurs. He bragged on that a lot. He's a very prideful fighter. He went into the ring. He beat Erzlandi Lara to me, even though they called it a draw. He went and beat Patrick Teixeira to get the WO scrap, and then he went straight into the fight with Jermell Charlo. Hands down like 6:30, didn't bag out, didn't make no complaints or none of that shit. Went right into the fight, got himself in the best shape of his life, and had a performance of his life. You feel me? He had a performance of his life. It could have went either way. Jermell could have won. Brian Castano could have won. But it was a draw. It was a draw. And when you get a fight like that, that's a draw that was that fucking good, we need that rematch immediately. We need it immediately. Now, we know after the fight, Brian Castano said he wanted that deal. He's like, I want the rematch. I feel like I won the fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in. He respected Charlo for saying that the scorecards wasn't that fucking far apart, the 117, 111 card, which it wasn't. He like, okay, I can respect that. And I like that about Brian Castano. He stood up like a man. And shouts out to Jermell Charlo for standing up like a man, knowing that it was a close fight and not saying, you know what, I dominated that fight. I did this, I did that. We all know Jermell can go off the hinges on your ass if you want to. But he didn't sit up there and make it as if he dominated. But he did feel like he won the fight. But like you said, the judges felt like it was a draw. It was a draw. You understand what I'm saying? But it was one hell of a fight, and we need the rematch, bro. We need the rematch. Now, Jermell Charlo mentioned that he will take the rematch with Brian Castano. He said there's a lot of people out there, oh, Jermell, like you don't want the rematch. Jermell wants the rematch, bro. He said he will fight him in a rematch, and he feel like he'll knock him out. He feel like he does better in rematches. Like he said with Tony Harrison, I got into that rematch, I came back, I knocked his ass out. That's how he feel. That's how he's supposed to feel. You understand what I'm saying? He's the fucking unified world champion of the world, and he didn't get there on the easy route. He did what he had to do to go take the motherfuckers out to get those titles. And I want to see the rematch. I feel like the rematch is wanted. I feel like we all want it. Everybody wants that. It was so fucking entertaining. And some people just feel like Brian Castano is the champion. You know what I mean? But he is still a world champion. He's just not the undisputed world champion. And Brian Castano, he feel like he should be the undisputed world champion. And I don't knock him for feeling that way. Like I say, the fight could have went either way, man. It could have went either way. That's why the rematch is needed, bro. This is one of the best fights in boxing. One of the best fights in boxing. At the super welterweight division is the best fight in boxing. You understand? So they talk about a fucking mandatory with an IBF fighter. And like I said, I respect the IBF because they do make it stand on their mandatories. But that mandatory fighter ain't no goddamn Brian Castano. He is not no Brian Castano, bro. You understand? You're not going to make more money with that fighter than with Brian Castano. Now, I understand you want to keep the protocol in play. You want to keep, how y'all run y'all business. Oh, you want to get his opportunity. We did him wrong once. Well, not did him wrong, but, let him step to the side one time. We're not going to make him step to the side again. But like I say, he's not no Brian Castano. Nobody is anticipating that fight, bro. Jermell Charlo is going to beat that boy ass, and we all know he going to beat that boy ass. What Adrian Broner say? I beat that boy? We all know I beat that boy. Jermell Charlo is going to whip the shit out of that IBF challenger ass, man, and move on to the next. We need this fight now. We need this fight now. Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, however you want to name it. We need this fight now. The rematch of what we just seen, and it's going to bring us to the fucking sport, and it's going to put asses in the fucking seats. You understand? It's going to put asses in the seats. In the IBF, you will make the money that you're looking for. You will make the money that you're looking for. But this fight needs to happen, bro. It needs to happen. And Jermell Charlo, he wants this fight. He want to be undisputed. He want to set himself apart from his brother. He want to be known as the best twin out there. He want that glory. He thrive for that, bro. He really do. I think coming up with Jermell getting all the I ain't gonna say all the spotlight, but getting the recognition as the bigger brother, as the bigger puncher, as the big dog. You know what I mean? Jermell kind of despised that shit. Like, you know what? I'm still a hell of a fighter. And coming up, Jermell was fighting a better competition. Let's keep it true. Let's keep it real. Coming up, Jermell Charlo was facing a better competition from Jermell Charlo. He was. But he just wasn't getting that recognition because he was known as the boxer and Jermell was known as the puncher. You know what I'm saying? But now it looks like the roles have reversed. Now Jermell Charlo is getting a recognition as the best fighter, and he's going out there doing what he got to do, knocking motherfuckers out, winning world titles, fighting in undisputed fights. While Jermell Charlo, he's the 2-division world champion, the WBC middleweight world champion, but he's not facing the caliber of fighters that Jermell is facing. And it's showing. It is showing. You understand? But Brian Castano don't give a fuck about none of that. He don't care about none of that. Only thing he wants is his opportunity again to fight for undisputed. He feel like he can beat Jermell Charlo. He feel like he won the first fight. He's ready to get it back in. He want to go right back into that ring and get it on again, right, as he should. You feel me? As he should. And Brian Castano is just one hell of a fighter, man. One hell of a fighter. I was telling people that this fight going to be a tough fight, bro. I was telling people that this fight is going to be a tough fight. Looking at his style, looking at how he fight, he was going to make it rough and tough. You know what I mean? And he did that. He's very active. He like to get in the wheelhouse, push you back to the ropes, and let them goddamn hands go. Let them go. You understand? But that chin is going to have to get a little stronger. You know what I mean? You got to tighten that defense up some, which he do got some good defense. But Jermell was catching him on that chin, and it was hurting the shit out of him. He admitted it. I mean, he admitted it. But overall, the fight is one hell of a fight, man. We will pay for this fight. We will pay for this fight. We will pay for this fight. I know people be getting mad when I be like, we'll pay for a fight. But if a fight is worth a couple dollars, man, the fight is worth a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? And this fight is one of those fights that's worth a couple of dollars. You dig? I feel like this shit is top of the line, bro. It's for undisputed. All the titles, all the marbles. You got undefeated Brian Castano against one loss, unified champion, and Jermell, the Iron Man Charlo. You understand? And this shit is going to live up to the anticipation. Is going to live up to the hype. And I want to see the fucking press conference. I want to see the press conference. Even though Jermell can't speak Spanish, somebody will be translating. Somebody will be translating. But I tell you this, in this press conference, there's going to be some shit talk. And this press conference is going to be some shit talk. Both ways, bro. Both ways. Because Brian Castano, he know how to talk that shit. And he do talk that shit. Like I say, he's a prideful fighter, bro. Very prideful. You know what I mean? He beat Earl Spence. He let him be known. He trolled him a little bit. Say, ask Earl Spence how he liked that 8 count that I gave him. You understand? Talking all shit. So you got to respect that in him, bro. He's not afraid. He's not backing down from nothing. He feel like he's the best at the division, and you got to respect it. Just like Jermell feel like he's the best at the division. He's the #1 super welterweight at the division, a unified champion. He should be respected. He should be respected. Now, a lot of fans thought Brian Castano won, and they were saying Jermell this, that, and the third, but I'm here to tell y'all now. Jermell Charlo will face and fight anybody, man. He will face and fight anybody. But when you're holding 3 titles, and you got 3 sanctioning bodies on your ass, and you got the IBF on your ass talking about you got to fight this mandatory because he already stepped to the side once so we can get this undisputed fight going. He's not going to step aside twice. Then you have to follow protocol, bro. You're going to have to do it or they will strip your title from you. Y'all got to do y'all research on this shit. They will strip your title from you. Take that bitch in a heartbeat and say, go on here with your 2 titles and go fight in unification bout, but it won't be undisputed. It won't be undisputed. You understand? We want undisputed. So I'm hoping they can come to some type of situation where they can give him some more money and promise him the winner, right? You get the winner next. And I think that'll be even bigger for him. You picked up some money, and now instead of you fighting for only the IBF title, you get to fight in the Undisputed fight. You get to fight in the Undisputed fight just because you sat back and 2 times you stepped to the side and let this shit happen. So you will be rewarded. You can't beat Brian Castano, nor you can beat Jermell Charlo, but you picked up a nice bag, and you will get another nice bag because you're fighting in the Undisputed fight for all 4 marbles, bro. And I think the mandatory will accept. I really do. I think he will accept. If he's not that type of fighter that's like, nah, fuck that, I want my opportunity. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. Nah, I want my opportunity. You know what I mean? If he one of them fighters, then we might have another thing on our hand. But if he's the type of fighter that's willing and able and smart and knowing that, you know what, both of these motherfuckers are tough, let me pick up 2 bags at once and put myself in a good position, then he might step aside for the second fight and, you know, accept that money and get him a undisputed fight right after that with another nice paycheck if you're smart. You understand? But nonetheless, man, we need this rematch, bro. This rematch is wanted. This rematch is going to be one hell of a fight. This rematch is needed for boxing, bro. It really is. Like I say, we ended 2020 with some great fucking fights. We just got Sean Porter and Turnbull Crawford for November the 20th. We got Canelo, Caden Plant. We got Wilder, Fury. We got Figueroa versus Fulton. Like we, Jermell Hearn versus my guy Shakur Stevenson, Javante Davis in December. So we are ending off on a great note in this 2021. So if we can get this rematch this year, Lord knows, we were blessed at the end, even though Corona fucking up a lot of shit. So we'll see how this play out, y'all. Brian Castano want the rematch. Jermell Charlo want the rematch. It's going to be on the IBF and the mandatory to see how they want to play it. You dig? So we got to keep our fingers crossed and keep pushing for this thing. Hopefully we get it. Shouts out to Brian Castano. Good luck. Shouts out to Jermell Charlo. Good luck. Let's see how their future play out. Until then, it's your boy Money. It's the NSBC moving. Anybody safe in these streets, hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com. On PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the videos. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.